What's the verdict? Does this relationship sound worth saving to you? It's dump him or date him with the Y94 Morning Playhouse.
Well, posing that very question today with the Y94 Morning Playhouse is Ashley, and she's wondering if this seems like a break-upable offense or no way. Why are we thinking we might dump this guy? Tell us all about him in your relationship, Ashley.
Hi, good morning.
Morning.
I've been with my boyfriend for a while now, and he really is great, but just recently he's been getting he's become a bit of like a health nut or like a health freak. It started off kind of small, just like, watching what he ate, cutting out sugar, and then he just decided to go like fully into it, like full like vegan and, doing all kinds of gym stuff in the day. And it was fine and everything until it got to the point where he started to keep tabs of me and what I was eating. And he started to make comments like, "Oh, are you sure you want to go for that second slice of pizza?"
Stop. That would drive me crazy. Are like the comments, is that all he's doing?
No, it's actually gotten worse from there. He actually started to like make pre-made meals for me, and I thought that was sweet at first, but it's the same thing every time. It's just like steamed veggies and boiled chicken, and nothing seasoned. And I can't eat them all the time. I try to, but he gets so annoyed when I don't. And now he's gotten pamphlets and articles about like this wellness vacation where he wants us to like go and just detox and cleanse and do yoga all the time.
Oh, fun. That doesn't really sound like there'd be like beach cocktails.
No, exactly. I mean, he even went to this point where he got us matching health trackers, and he wants us to compare like our stats, like our fitness stats every single day. And I'm just like, why is this? What is this? Is this a competition now? Like, I don't understand.
That is way too much what he's doing.
It almost sounds like you're like his patient or lab rat or something.
Right? Yeah, like I've actually been feeling that, and I hate to say it, but it got even worse because at least I think the final straw for me was we've been talking about kids one day, and he said, well, if we have kids, then they're absolutely going to have to be on this, fully raw, strict vegan diet, gluten-free, no sugar. I mean, I can't imagine. Can you?
Do you mind listening to some votes to see if other people have dealt with something like this or they have an inkling one way or the other? Is that okay?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Honestly, I would love to get some more insight.
Got it. With what you know, dump him or date him, Amy K.
I would date him, but I would have a talk. The whole pizza thing, like if I was grabbing another slice and are you really having another one? Yeah, I am. Mind your own business. It's one thing for you to care what you're eating and be the health nut like that, but now you're being so obsessive. It's taking over my life, and you're talking about our future children and what they're going to be on. Let's slow it down. And let's just focus on you first. You can't talk to me like that.
I think if you take a pit stop at the conversation of like, hey, I don't want to hear about this stuff anymore. It's your thing. You do your thing. I'm going to do my thing. I don't want you critiquing any of my situation anymore. Leave me alone. And then he continues with it. Well, then I think it's you first exit to Dumpville. But
yes.
If he can actually drop it and leave you be, well, then date him. He's just doing his thing. But you gotta have the conversation where it's like, listen, this drives me insane. Stop.
Yeah, if he keeps going after you say something, then you dump him. But I think you need to tell him. I get what you're trying to do. You think you're being nice and you're making me healthy, but you're driving me up a wall.
Would you dump or date the person whose health nutty tendencies kind of turn into criticism of what you're doing and pushing you towards eating what they're eating and doing what they're doing? Would you be able to stick that out or no way? 237 is for the Playhouse in the morning. And it seems like about the time where she's getting criticized and she's getting drug into it is where people are kind of losing interest, huh?
Yeah, someone said, dang, I'm listening to this while eating candy on the way to work.
There you go.
Dump him doesn't need to make the diet decisions for everyone else. Someone else said, dump, dump, dump. I couldn't do it. Constantly being criticized. And then there would be no way I would allow my children to be vegan. It's so unhealthy and not okay for kids to be on that kind of diet. Someone said, dump. Sounds so controlling, especially mentioning kids already and the kind of diet they're going to have. Someone did say date and maybe compromise. Try some of the things he's suggesting, but you don't have to go all in.
It's a survivable thing. It's not an uncommon thing that in a household there's somebody that's eating a certain way or trying a certain thing or doing some sort of diet or trying to make a lifestyle change. And that's great. But you can't necessarily expect everybody to want to do everything you're doing. They might try some, and I think that's great if you do. And they're maybe not taunting you with piles of candy all over the house. But that doesn't mean they're going to eat exactly what you're eating. You have that one talk where you give him a chance to save himself. Then if he keeps pushing with it, I think you go running for the hills.
Is this happening in your life that someone's taunting you with bowls of candy?
You can't taunt somebody with a bowl of candy if the second they see a bowl of candy, they say, candy.
Well, it sounded so, like on a deep level, you're like, you can't just taunt them with bowls of candy.
Well, but like like a year or two ago when I did like the profile thing, for example, I had a great experience with it, but it's like the whole family wasn't having those shakes, right? They weren't all, so it's like you have to just know that there's going to be people that you're around that aren't doing the same thing you're doing.
And I was the worst. Every morning I would ask you, do you want anything from McDonald's?
Yes, you were the worst.
I'm sorry.
And now, currently not trying to do anything in my life, and you know who's not trying to order no McDonald's? This girl. Yeah. I'll eat it all now.
I know. What's wrong with me?
What do you think you're going to dump him or date him in this thing?
Well, after listening to everybody and hearing your thoughts too, to be honest, I think I'm going to keep dating him, but I'm going to set up some like pretty strict boundaries at this point.
Okay, so we're not throwing in the towel yet.
No, I don't think so. Like I said, I think he means well overall, and it's not something, that I, should be worried about so much. Just, I also need to make sure that I set up my boundaries and have just like a healthy conversation about respecting my choices.
I mean, yeah, good. Tell him he cannot treat you like one of his health apps.
I do like that you're going to give him another chance, but if he tries to take your pizza away, I change my vote.
Yes.
No, absolutely. Like I said, I'm going to have a serious conversation with him, and I really do think that he means well. And I don't want this to be the deal breaker, but yeah, we're definitely going to have a strict conversation about boundaries.
All right. Well, good luck with everything. Glad you're giving it another chance. Okay.
Thank you so much.